They never let you know prior to the practice. You kind of step out there and say, well, you can't pace yourself because they're watching you and they want you to skate as hard as you can. And you just say, well, let's hope my legs hold up and everything I have in my stomach stays in.
Go.
In the game of hockey or pro sports, trades are part of it, and you've got to expect it. But there are some players that are, you figure, less tradable than others. I thought Dave Semenko might have been one of them.
Still in a soup kitchen.
Well, we were end of a road trip, and we're flying back from Winnipeg. We practiced that morning, and we're just into our descent, and Glenn came back and wanted to talk to me. And I thought I don't know what I did. I thought I did something wrong again. And he just said, I just traded you to the Hartford Whalers. And I went, what? And I thought, he had a pretty serious look on his face, so I know he wasn't joking, but it just really took me off guard. I had no idea that was coming up. I didn't anticipate it at all.
Still in a soup kitchen.
I came off airport, and Dick Chuby asked me, what do you think how the fans going to take it? I just said, well, I don't think it's going to be as bad as the Richard riots in Montreal, but... And then a friend of mine that I've known since I've been at the organization, Bob Freeman, came up to me and said, we're still friends, right? And I just lost all my composure. You know, the tears were flowing, and I had to get out of the airport and just sort of collect my thoughts.
I found out through Glenn. Glenn wanted to tell a few of the older guys in the team. Wally said that I traded Semenko today. He said he traded him to Hartford, and that, the deal was done because he figured he wasn't going to play too much with the Oilers anymore and that he wasn't a big part of their future plans.
Move it. Shove it down. It's going to work here. Man.
I miss a guy who didn't really ever seem to get his feathers ruffled. He always seemed to have complete composure. He sort of defined himself as the Garfield of hockey. This season he hadn't played very much, and he told Wayne, he finally got the nod, he was going to play in a game, and he walked over to Wayne and he said, Gretz, he said, the fans are finally going to get their money's worth. They see the performer on the ice and they don't know the performer's personality. And in this case, Dave Semenko was a real gem.
That's why I say we got a team when you players like that, and Dave's been here. I played with him for 9 years and 8.5, I guess, and that it's a big difference when you leave and go to another team because we got guys on a team, like I bring that up, but is that we get along pretty good. We've been together for a while, and it makes a difference, and especially when you're winning, and you're winning as a team and winning as friends, makes it really, it's a really a fun game then.
The guy says to me, do you guys, you looking forward to go on the road so you guys can get closer together? And I said, this team? It doesn't matter if we're at home or on the road or on the moon. It's true. This team is closer than any other team in professional sports will ever be. I mean, look at Koff. Calls me every day. I can't get rid of him.
Paul Coffey says that when he gets away from the game, it's not actually the game that he's going to miss. It's not the goals and the assists and the winning. It's the 20 minutes in the dressing room prior to the game that we spend together dressing.
Hi, man. Oh. Showtime. 6:20 warm-up. 6:20 warm-up, yeah.
And the dressing room's quiet, and there's 20 guys putting on their equipment, and everyone is in tune of the conversation.
Who's backhand?
And so if one guy says something, another guy responds, and then, of course, the little conflicts of interest go back and forth, and the little japs go back and forth.
Pay attention to. The other thing that we want to do in this game is spend some time in our zone, making sure you pick up the guys we talked about in practice yesterday. Don't go by the guy. And don't throw the puck into the zone without knowing where you're going to throw it. We're going to take somebody out and finish him off. We'll work on those two things tonight.
Good shot, boys. No rebounds out there.
Yep.
Come on, Moger. Good start for you, guy. That's it.
Don't lose any. Win every shot.
All right, we started Roy, Robinson, Carbonell, Gainey, Zingra, Nyland. Started Moe, Wolverine, Roll, McCullen, Sorley, Kruzeliski.
Come on, boys, now.
Hey,
Andy, Matt.
Come on,
Smitty, come on now. Come on, guys. Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
The only way we can be successful is to win the Stanley Cup again. If we don't win, it doesn't make any difference because we're still going to be criticized. Players were lousy, the coaching was terrible. It doesn't matter what happens. If we don't win the Stanley Cup, the criticism will be heaped on us. You know, now they're talking about the almost great team. It doesn't make any difference what we've done. If we don't continually win, at some point in time, this team is going to be criticized. And it's a heavy load for them to carry. But that's something that they have to accept.
Our experiences in the playoffs were similar to the regular season, sort of a roller coaster ride. We lost to Los Angeles in the first game, a slap in the face, turned it around. We climbed to new heights in the Winnipeg series, played our best hockey, and then slacked off thinking that Detroit would be easy. We lost the first game, we won 2 tight games, and this was a crucial game. We knew that if they tie it up, that is at least a 6-game series, perhaps a 7-game series, and that the brand of hockey they're playing, the physical brand of hockey, that they might wear us down before it's all over.
Sorley to Gretzky, into the slot, a pass to Kruzeliski, right in. Scores! Mike Kruzeliski from Gretzky, a great play. It's a 3-2 hockey game. And the Oilers gasp a big sigh of relief.
Way to go, boys. Way to go. Get ready. Good game, T. How to go, buddy? All right, Knocker. Go, Cop. Come on, get working, boys. Come on, Cruiser. Great game, Cruz. Great call, buddy. Go, get that.
It was an incredibly taxing playoff series. Well, the heat in the building is really extremely draining on the player physically. Mentally, the playoffs speak for themselves. Everyone was incredibly tired and sort of just glad that it was all over.
Way to go, boys. Way to go, Wade. Good game, guys. Cruz, way to go.
Not getting any prettier. This game's killing me. They say I never get hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Edmonton Oilers.
Once we finally beat Detroit, it was like, all right, we've crossed that road, but we sort of expected it, and this is what we've been waiting for all season long.
Tickets for the Stanley Cup final. It's home game number 12 in your ticket package.
It's sort of ho-hum, another Campbell Conference Championship.
At the Northlands Coliseum.
I mean, no one even knows what a Campbell Conference trophy is. There wasn't going to be any excitement, there wasn't going to be any jubilation, any partying until we won the Stanley Cup, and that was ahead of us.
Well, Grant, thank you.
People in the city of Edmonton talk about the first Stanley Cup, and even the second Stanley Cup for that matter, as being a highlight of their life. And if it's a highlight of their life, and they were just a part of it as far as a spectator, I mean, it makes it that much more astounding or that much more spectacular